Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Meckles.
And I'm Mark Salinger. Tonight we're learning more about the two 13-year-old boys who died in Thursday night's crash on I-25. Diego Rubio and David Murguia were both Prairie View Middle School students and teammates on the Real Colorado youth soccer team.
We now know they were both on their way to practice when it happened. Their coaches and their teammates are sharing more about the two as players and friends. 9 News reporter Ria Jha joins us now after you spoke with team members today, Ria.
Yeah, Real Colorado is a very competitive club team. They practice together almost every day. The players are just 12 and 13-year-olds, but they say they felt like more like brothers than teammates. And that's why today was especially emotional. They had only learned about the crash yesterday, and this loss hit them hard.
We were gonna play?
Saturdays are usually full of competition and camaraderie.
We're supposed to be playing a game right now.
For Coach David Lugo and the Real Colorado youth soccer team, it's the day their week of practice comes together.
This is our passion. This is what we love to do. We come here. We gain a lot just by being together here on the field.
But this week, it's a team that doesn't feel whole.
As we were getting ready to start practice, some families started to report that they're going to be late because there was a big accident.
Some players got stuck in the traffic of a big crash Thursday night on I-25 between Orchard and Arapahoe. They would later learn it took the lives of two 13-year-old boys.
Diego and David were the kids that passed away.
The team came in uniform, knowing the match they had scheduled was never going to happen, not without their teammates, David and Diego.
Me and David were really good friends. Diego, I've known him since when I was a little kid.
And David would always be with them in school, in the practice, off the practice. He would always be with them. So they were like best friends.
This Saturday isn't about competition, but it is still about being a team.
We thought that it'd still be helpful to get together and to talk to each other, to support each other, to gather as one family and be with each other. Just hold each other for a moment.
Like a family.
Vamos a jugar por ellos, vamos a entrenar por ellos.
Knowing the next time they step on the field, it won't just be another match.
And we want to represent them and play for them.
Yeah, definitely playing for them. Every win's just for them at this point.
This is just the start of their season, and the team says from here on out they'll be playing for Diego and David. And at their next home game, they're planning on honoring them by wearing pictures of them on their jerseys. So we'll be looking forward to that. Ria Jha, 9 News.
Just awful, and we think about their families as well. Ria Jha reporting. Thank you.
Here in Denver, a pedestrian was killed in a hit-and-run crash last night. Police say that crash happened in the area of West 26th and Federal, right by a Safeway store and a couple other businesses. Police say the driver fled the scene after hitting that person on foot. No info about what kind of car the suspect was driving.
Park rangers at Cherry Creek State Park say they're closing the popular area overnight now because they've started seeing an increase in vandalism. Only those with camping reservations will now be allowed inside the park between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. In a social media post announcing the closure, officials say the change follows increased law enforcement concerns as well as that vandalism that we were talking about. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says the park has been dealing with large unpermitted parties coming in after dark and what they say generally breaking the park rules, like leaving behind trash and being loud. It's still unclear how long officials plan to enforce that new overnight closure rule. Meanwhile, up in the high country, leaf peepers, or whatever you want to call them, have gotten a bit out of control. So many people flooded into Georgetown today, they literally brought the town to a standstill this afternoon. Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office had to turn visitors to Georgetown away because there was so much congestion. Deputies started turning cars around, getting off I-70, telling them that Georgetown can't handle any more people. Go home, go somewhere else. Every fall, the small town gets absolutely flooded with visitors trying to catch a glimpse of the beautiful fall foliage. City officials say about 20 to 30,000 visitors come through every weekend for these 2 weeks of peak season. For context here, about 1,200 people live there year-round.
Got like a little one-in, one-out policy with a bar and a bouncer, and Georgetown is popping.
It's closed.
All the mountain towns are just hopping this weekend. I went up there we went up to the high country today to get our annual team rep fall photos. We got up and down pretty quick. We were back home by 10 o'clock. The kids were not happy about waking up at 5 a.m., but it's our tradition. It's what we do every year. Yeah, Bones is in there. He was a well-behaved pup today. We had a great time up there, and we got back. We saw all the traffic heading up as we were coming back. It happens every single year. We've got some nice conditions out here. A little bit of a rain shower out there in the northwest metro right now. Temperatures hanging right about 80 degrees, upper 70s here across the metro. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look very similar. We won't see quite as much sunshine tomorrow, but the temperatures will get up there into the 80s again, 50s and 60s in the mountains. A little bit more storm coverage in the mountains, so your leaf trips might be a little bit shorter, the window shorter tomorrow. Here's the next 3 days here in Denver. Isolated showers the next couple of days, and that includes Monday. Those storms could carry over into Monday Night Football. Might get a shower here in the beginning of the game, but otherwise it's going to be a great night, and Tuesday is going to be another amazing day. I'll talk about this whole week coming up in the full forecast in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Corey, thank you. By the way, your fan looks amazing. You may notice some Denver city services starting to slow down in the new year as Denver's Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, DOTI, starts to make their budget cuts. This was first reported by our news partners over at the Gazette, who report that DOTI Director Amy Ford presented her 2026 budget to City Council yesterday and said that people will see some impacts on less critical core services like right-of-way inspections or longer response times for some 311 calls. She's blaming those citywide budget cuts and the staff layoffs. DOTI had to cut 102 vacant positions plus 31 actual filled positions. They had some of the biggest department cuts in the whole city, some of the highest in the whole city, that is. DOTI's total 2026 budget is coming out to about $426 million. These changes come as the city is trying to close a $200 million budget deficit. CU is hosting tonight BYU for the first time in decades.
The Cougars, though, they're bringing more than their playbook to the football field here in Colorado. Usually we don't say nice things about out-of-state opponents, but we wanted to share this story with you today. BYU alumni started their Cougs Care program back in 2019. Here's some videos from the past events. They tailgate and rally fans to collect things for a local cause, wherever they're playing their away games. Here, it's in Boulder this week. This time, they're collecting books for Family Learning Center of Boulder. They're looking for books that contribute to bilingual education, they say, this week. So far, they've collected 240 books on their Amazon wish list.
I am a very, very strong believer in early childhood literacy. I feel like it sets kids up for success and when they first go to school. But I mean, even aside from the, yes, you can read, I think there's this huge amount of confidence that comes when children already know that they are capable.
The Amazon wish list will be open until 7 tonight or whenever they reach their goal of hitting 300 books, whichever comes first. We'll have more on the Buffs matchup with the Cougars coming up later in sports.